It wasn't always about big gifts or fancy vacations. Sometimes, the tiniest moments left the biggest mark on our hearts. Today, we're counting down 10 little things that meant the world to us back then. Let's see how many you remember. Number 10. Roller skates on the sidewalk. Before fancy rinks and smooth inline wheels, we had metal skates you strapped right over your shoes. And don't forget the key, you couldn't skate without it. You'd wobble a bit at first, but once you got going, there was no stopping you. The sound of those wheels on concrete, the breeze in your hair, and the thrill of flying down the block with your friends, it felt like freedom. Scraped knees were part of the deal, but so were the laughs and the memories. Number 9. Watching the rain from the porch. There was something almost sacred about it. You'd sit out on the front porch, or maybe the back one, just far enough under the roof to stay dry, with the cool breeze brushing your face. The rain would tap gently on the tin roof or the gutters, a steady rhythm that somehow slowed the world down. No TV buzzing in the background, no cell phones to scroll. Just the sound of water and the occasional rumble of thunder in the distance. Maybe you had a blanket wrapped around your shoulders, or a cup of hot cocoa in your hands. Sometimes you'd be sitting next to someone you loved, a sibling, a parent, a friend, and you didn't need to speak. Just being there, together, in that moment. It was enough. The smell of the rain hitting warm pavement, the way puddles formed on the driveway, the little streams racing along the curb. We watched it all. And for those few minutes, the world felt calm, still, safe. Nowadays, people chase peace through apps and noise-canceling headphones. But back then, sometimes peace came naturally. All you had to do was sit and listen to the rain. Next at number 8, sharing a soda at the drugstore. Just one glass and 2 straws. That's all it took to make you feel like you were in your own little world. Whether it was with your best friend or that first crush who made your heart race, sitting side by side at the counter was something special. Maybe it was a cherry cola, maybe a chocolate malt with whipped cream on top. You'd take turns sipping, laughing, stealing shy glances. It didn't cost much, but back then, moments like that felt priceless. It wasn't just about the drink. It was about connection. Number 7, Polaroid pictures. You'd line everyone up, say cheese, and click. Just one shot. That was it. No second chances, no editing, no deleting. You'd pull the photo out, give it a good shake, even if that didn't really do anything, and watch as the image slowly faded into view. It felt like magic. Each picture was one of a kind, real smiles, crooked haircuts, blinking eyes, and all. And somehow, that made them more special. We kept them in shoeboxes, wallets, and fridge doors. Little frozen moments we could hold in our hands. Number 6, fresh laundry on the line. There was nothing like it. The soft scent of soap, sunshine, and fresh air, all wrapped into one. You'd help Mom carry the basket outside, hand her the wooden clothespins, and sometimes clip a towel or two yourself. Sheets flapped in the breeze like sails, and pillowcases danced in the wind. It wasn't just laundry. It was a rhythm, a ritual. The whole yard smelled clean and warm, and for a little while, life felt slower, simpler, like everything was exactly where it should be. Number 5, Sunday drives with nowhere to go. Gas was cheap, time was plenty, and Sundays were made for wandering. You'd all pile into the car, no seatbelts, windows rolled down, the wind messing up your hair. Maybe Dad had the radio playing something soft. Maybe he was just whistling. You weren't in a rush. Sometimes you'd find a roadside stand or an old bridge to walk across. Sometimes you just drove, watching the trees blur by. No one stared at a screen. You talked, laughed, pointed out cows and fields. It wasn't about where you were going. It was about being together on the way there. Number 4, sitting on Dad's shoulders. It didn't matter if you were at a crowded parade, a busy fair, or just the backyard. When Dad lifted you onto his shoulders, you felt like the tallest kid in the world. You could see everything from up there. The tops of heads, colorful floats, fireworks in the sky. His strong hands held your legs steady, and you didn't worry about a thing. You felt big, important, unstoppable. But most of all, you felt safe. Even without words, you knew, this is someone who's got me. And in that moment, you were wrapped in love that only a father can give. Number 3, handwritten notes. Before texting and emojis took over, there was something deeply personal about seeing someone's handwriting. Those little loops, the smudges, even the misspellings. You'd open your lunchbox and find a note from Mom, "Don't forget your jacket. I love you." Or maybe a best friend left a folded message in your desk, full of silly doodles, inside jokes, or secret plans for recess. And then there were the love letters. Whether it was a high school crush or someone you met at the dance, those letters were everything. You'd read them over and over, memorizing every word. Sometimes they were shy and sweet. Sometimes bold and full of longing. You kept them hidden in shoeboxes or tucked inside books, treasures you never wanted to lose. Those notes didn't just say something, they meant something. They came from someone's heart, written slowly by hand, and meant just for you. In a world that moves so fast now, those little pieces of paper remind us of a slower, softer kind of love. Number 2, home-cooked meals every night. You could smell it before you even opened the front door. Something was simmering on the stove or baking in the oven. Maybe it was meatloaf with ketchup on top, maybe a pot roast that had been cooking low and slow all afternoon. Mashed potatoes, green beans, homemade rolls, and if you were lucky, a pie or cake cooling on the counter. Every night, the table was set. Everyone had their spot. You said grace, passed the dishes, and talked about your day. No TV, no phones, just faces, voices, and the clinking of silverware. Sometimes there was laughter, sometimes a scolding or two, but it was real. It was family. Those meals weren't fancy, but they were full of love. Mom cooked with care. Dad always made sure your plate was full. And even when money was tight, there was always something warm on the table. Looking back now, it wasn't just food. It was the feeling of being cared for, being seen, being home. Number 1, a goodnight kiss and I love you. This was everything. The soft closing of the bedroom door, the rustle of blankets being pulled up, and then footsteps, a gentle presence beside you, a kiss on the forehead, sometimes rough with stubble, sometimes soft like silk, and those words whispered like a lullaby, I love you, good night. It didn't matter what kind of day you had. Whether you got in trouble, scraped your knee, or came home crying from school, when you heard those words, you knew you were safe. You knew you were loved. And even if the world outside felt too big or too hard, that moment made it all melt away. As kids, we didn't always understand how much those small gestures meant. But now, looking back, we'd give anything to feel that again. To be tucked in by Mom. To hear Dad's voice one more time. To sit at the foot of their bed just to talk. Or hear them call us in for dinner from the porch. Those goodnight kisses weren't just part of a routine. They were a bond, a promise. And even though the people who gave them may be gone, the feeling they left behind, it never fades. It lives in us. It shaped who we are. And on quiet nights, if we listen closely, we can still hear it. I love you. Sleep tight. We might not have had much by today's standards, but we had these moments, little things that made life feel big, made home feel safe, and made childhood magical. So, how many of these did you remember? If you smiled, got a lump in your throat, or quietly whispered, "Oh wow, I remember that," then this video did exactly what it was meant to do. Because sometimes it's not about wishing we could go back. It's about honoring where we came from and remembering just how much beauty there was in the ordinary. Share this with someone who grew up in the same time. Let's keep these memories alive, not just in our minds, but in our hearts. And if this warmed your heart, consider subscribing. We've got more stories, more smiles, and more trips down memory lane coming soon. Hold those memories close. And if you can, call someone you love today and tell them good night. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.